We begin our report with the debt ceiling. On Tuesday, there appeared to be a morsel of progress out of the negotiations when House Speaker Kevin McCarthy said a deal is possible by week's end, but he was quick to add that the two sides remain far apart. Flanked by Vice President Kamala Harris, President Biden sat down in the Oval Office Tuesday with Republican and Democratic congressional leaders. And he's creating time to do more of that if necessary. He will cut short his upcoming overseas trip to be in Washington as Democrats and Republicans try to make a deal. With the Treasury Department giving lawmakers a deadline of June 1st, time is quickly running out to reach a compromise. CBS News' Ed O'Keefe reports from the White House.
It's unfortunate we are where we are.
Another meeting between the president and top Republicans without a deal.
I made clear again today's meeting that default is not an option. America pays its debts, pays its bills.
The stalemate now has a firmer deadline. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warning the U.S. government won't be able to pay its bills potentially as early as June 1st. Today, she said, every American will feel the pinch.
Over the past few years, American families and businesses have worked hard to mount an historic economic recovery, and a default would reverse all of the hard-earned progress.
That's what worries Allie Kirkpatrick.
It's definitely something that's been keeping me up at night.
She owns Old Town Books in Alexandria, Virginia.
Any financial trend, you see it trickle down to a small business like mine, especially when it's a business that's entertainment, that's optional.
The president and Republican leaders are seeking potential areas of compromise, including permitting changes for domestic energy projects and clawing back some unspent federal COVID relief money. Another possibility, adding stricter work requirements to social safety net programs, particularly upsets Mr. Biden's progressive allies.
Keep them out of negotiations. They don't work. They are unfair. They're cruel, and they're a non-starter.
But Republicans aren't prepared to budge.
Remember what we're talking about. Able-bodied people with no dependents, okay?
CBS News has learned the president decided he needed to postpone the Australian portion of his upcoming overseas trip in order to return to Washington, a sign of the urgency around this issue, but also a reminder that there is still no resolution. John?
Ed, I want to ask you about this idea of expanding work requirements for various social programs. Can you give us the bookends of kind of where the two positions are and what they're debating in the middle?
Yeah, essentially the president's saying don't touch Medicaid. Don't do anything to change requirements for people who get that. But if you are interested in talking to us about the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, better known by many people as food stamps, maybe there's something there. In the bill that the House passed that essentially set up this negotiation, they would put in place work requirements for able-bodied adults up to age 55, requiring them to work at least 20 hours a week or meet some other kind of criteria in order to qualify for SNAP benefits. Now, some will say, okay, if they're able-bodied single adults who need the assistance and they're also working, that sounds fine. But progressives in the president's party are going to see this as a non-starter and either will just withhold support, requiring the president to turn to more moderate Democrats and just Republicans, or it could be a real problem over in the Senate, which, of course, is controlled by Democrats. So somewhere in there, they've got to find something. The Senate Majority Leader, Chuck Schumer, among others today, saying it looks as if the ultimate goal is to get something bipartisan that can pass with both parties approving it. It's in here, then, that they're going to have to figure out what is potentially acceptable to just enough on both sides.
So thank you for that, Ed. Now, your piece also listed work requirements. We've talked about that, COVID money and permit reform. If those three things, is that the snowball they're trying to hold together? And if they do so, can that get a deal? Is that what the elements of a deal would look like?
Right now it is, but as we say, you know, things are fluid and they could change. Tomorrow there may be some other issue that comes up suddenly. What, for example, if they were to inject something regarding border security, despite the fact that numbers have come down? The longer this goes, the more likely it is that some other issue could arise. And then the question is, are you agreeing to do all these things as part of a budget deal that doesn't have to be approved until the end of the fiscal year? Or are you doing it in order to get a debt limit increase now by June 1st? That's a semantic argument potentially, but it will matter in the end to get enough votes on either side.
Oh, absolutely. Since the semantics were how this whole thing started and the president still says they're not connected. Ed O'Keefe, thank
Exactly.
you for walking us through all of that. Ed O'Keefe at the White House.